Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Sellers Unfiltered Live with myself, James, and my fellow online seller, Paul. We are here every week, Thursdays, around about 1:15 p.m. UK time to talk about all things selling online, specifically eBay, Amazon, and Etsy. So, Paul, are you there?
Yeah, mate, you okay? Nice to see you.
Yeah. Hey, we're in a good mood, aren't we?
Yeah, mate, we're all good. The weekend's approaching, mate. I'm on a stag do tomorrow.
You're have you a stag do?
Yeah. I'm going to a rave on Liverpool's Mersey Ferry. So
Okay.
on the River Mersey, I'll be in the middle of a rave on Friday night.
Okay, fantastic. Looking forward to it.
Nervous, mate. Nervous.
Hang on a minute. You at a rave on the river, is that right?
Yeah, the River Mersey.
On a boat, having a rave, drinking.
Yeah.
You be careful, mate. You be careful.
That's a recipe for disaster, isn't it, mate? There's going to be
I'm worried about your orders. You know what I mean? Because I get 2-day hangovers these days if I go out.
I know, and we're going early, mate. So, like, the rave starts like 8-9 o'clock or whatever. But mate, we're starting at like lunchtime. You're
not making that boat. I would say you're not getting on that boat. You're not going to make it.
Not getting on that boat, mate, am I?
You're 9 o'clock tomorrow night. You'll either be back home tucked in bed or in hospital having your stomach pumped.
Or on the bottom of the Mersey.
No, don't say that. Don't say that, bloody hell. Don't say, oh, no. No, I'm sure you'll have a great time, pal. I'm sure you'll have a great time.
It's going to be amazing. Big shout out to my cousin Richard. He's getting married soon.
Big shout out.
So, so looking forward to it, mate.
Anyway, we're in a good mood because did you see it last night?
Yeah, mate, good win, good start, wasn't it?
Fantastic, wasn't it? What an episode of Love Island that was. Obviously joking. Football was fantastic, wasn't it? Great start. Yeah. Come on, England. Come on, England.
Yeah.
Hey, let's see. So this time, hey, we did say that last week. This time next week, in other words, today would be a celebrating England win. So we'll say it again, just to keep the momentum, keep the bit of superstition, positive vibes going. This time next week, we'll be sat here celebrating another England win, won't we?
Yeah, I've got a feeling Harry Kane, top goal scorer. I'm really confident about that.
Have you listed any World Cup items? Have you listed any for the World Cup?
No, I haven't.
Because if you're new here, we both sell small handmade personalised items, so key rings, mugs, coasters, that sort of stuff. Quite, some are novel, some are sentimental, aren't they? Some are romantic. And I always think when the World Cup comes around, we can list some World Cup stuff, World Cup mugs, Daddy's World Cup mug or etc. Yeah. Especially with it being Father's Day, but we just never get around to it. I bet you. Well, it sounds like you're the same.
Yeah, I remember years ago, mate. You did coasters for to celebrate the Super Bowl.
Well, we had to take them off.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, nobody contacted us. It wasn't like a red flag or anything. We didn't get a violation. But I didn't realise this term Super Bowl is a trademarked term, isn't it? The NFL have trademarked it, obviously. Now that's the thing about the World Cup, innit? I won't put it past FIFA if they've trademarked the words World Cup.
And that is I'm going to be honest, that's a reason why I tend to stay away from that stuff.
Yeah, because if you're new to selling, you need to know this. You've got to be careful with putting phrases and quotes on things if they are trademarked or if they are if they're listed as copy, IP, basically intellectual property. You can get thrown off. Worst case scenario, off Amazon, Etsy, and eBay. I think you normally would get a warning, and then eventually you get thrown off if you keep doing it. There's loads of sellers doing it, and they get away with it. Disney are the ones though. Disney are ruthless, but there's so many Disney items on Etsy that shouldn't be there.
I've got a funny story, to be honest with you. Sorry to butt in. I know someone was talking to me about the business, and I went, and I said, you should get on Etsy. You went, I used to be on Etsy, but I got kicked off. And oh no, why did you get kicked off? And the person said, they said I was selling unmerchandised items. I went, oh, that's terrible, that. And he goes, but what was you selling? And she went, unmerchandised items. So she did.
Some people just take the chance, and some people think, oh, if I can sell a bit, get a bit of money, and get kicked off, fine. But for us, it's our job, isn't it? We're full-time online sellers. That's how we make a living. So we can't be taking any risks, can we?
No, mate.
That's funny. Who's that? Your sister?
What?
No,
sister? Well, I'm not going to reveal the person or someone like that. It's a friend of a friend, but it did make me. I couldn't keep a straight face because I was like, I thought when you were telling me, I thought it was like a mistake or like the algorithm just mistaken that this was unofficial items. But she said, no, I was selling unofficial items. So I was like, well, that's fair then.
It'll happen. Right, before we take a look at what the preview of today's show, just very briefly, if you are new here, it's our 4th episode, so we are quite new, but we are both full-time online sellers. We've been doing it I've been doing it for 8 years. You've been doing it for 8 years. You've been full-time, just slightly less, obviously, less time than myself. We talk about in episode 1, don't we, about how we started doing what we're doing and who we are and what we used to do. So if you are interested in finding out a little bit more about us, we've got screenshots of sales history in that episode, for example. Go and have a quick look at that. Right, let's turn our attention to today's show. So, same format as normal. We're going to have a look at recent. Now, the recent change today that we're going to look at is for me, it's I don't think I'm exaggerating here. I think it's one of the biggest changes for online sellers in years. And if you sell on Amazon in particular, you need to watch the change that we are going to talk about. So it's a big change today we're going to discuss. Then we're going to have customer of the week. You've got a customer of the week, mate, haven't you? You've told me it's a nice one this week. I haven't heard the story yet, but it's a nice one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's it. Well, yeah, it's a bit of a mind blown one for me as well, because obviously, like what we do as well, we don't realize like how far our items go globally. So I've got a nice little story that like makes me smile.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Are you? Do you want me to do it now, or
no? Just have a quick preview. So then it's my top tip. We're going to talk then about them. Well, the main topic today is product titles. It's a big topic. It's a very specific product topic. We've talked about quite general things last couple of weeks, so we're going to get really specific with it, and we're going to really delve into how we write our product titles for all 3 platforms. We're going to take real life examples of products as well, and show you how we would write titles for them. So that's quite interesting, because for me, there's no right or wrong way. There's just finding your own way of doing it and then running with it. And then we always finish with quickfire questions, and then we'll have a look at next week and what we're going to talk about next week. Yeah. So is that all right? All good to you, mate?
All good, mate. All good. Let's get on.
Right, here we go then. The big one, the big change. Now, this change has been coming for a while, and Amazon actually announced it, I think, a while ago, but just this past week they've clarified a lot to do with it. They've clarified the timeline, they've clarified what it means, they've clarified what's going to happen. So this is the big change that I've been talking about. It is a huge one. Amazon product titles. Now, the big change is this. If you look at the key points there on the left, Amazon product titles traditionally have always been quite long. And even though they recommend using no more than 200 characters, you can actually use more. But from this 27th of July, Amazon products cannot have titles that are longer than 75 characters. That is it. 75 characters maximum in an Amazon product title from the 27th of July. And here's the thing. So I'll just get this back up. If you don't change your titles, Amazon will do it for you. They are going to use an AI tool which will automatically update your titles from the 27th of July so that there are no more than 75 characters long. Now that's scary to me, because we all saw what happened with the Etsy AI tool. If you press the button and you change your titles according to their AI tool, it all went wrong for a lot of people. So it's coming, and if you don't get your house in order, Amazon are just going to change those titles for you. Were you aware of this change coming up, mate?
No. So it was from your WhatsApp. You WhatsApped me it as well, and I was actually looking on the forums when you sent it. Only briefly, didn't do a big search, and I couldn't really find anything there as well. So
yeah.
I think you broke the news very, very early on this, before even people could get on forums, because that's when I'll have a little go. So no, you did there, and it's on the forums now, and I know there's these discussions now going on.
But I bet you there's still a lot of sellers that don't know it's coming, because they just put it in their they just put it in their news column. They just put it in the news. It's such a big change because, well, obviously, let's think about why they're doing it. So first of all, eBay titles are no more than 80 characters, and they've always been like that, haven't they? Etsy are 140, and Etsy and Amazon, they've obviously traditionally had longer titles, and they've been making a lot of noises, both of them, in the recent months and years, about jamming keywords into titles and how they don't want to see that anymore, and they've dropping little hints about moving certain words into other parts of the listing, and that the product title should just state what the product is, and that's it. So Amazon have gone one step further than Etsy, because Etsy now recommend, just stating what the product is. Amazon is saying, well, you've got no choice, because we're going to take your choice away from you. You've got 75 characters, and that is it. So none of this, Valentine's, anniversary, wedding, birthday gift for him, her in our titles anymore. You've not got enough characters. Don't do it. Put that stuff elsewhere. That's obviously why they're doing it. They don't want the long titles, and customers are going to notice as well. Because when you go on Amazon as a customer, the titles are so long, aren't they? Sometimes, I know a lot of people don't read them, but
right. Question to you then. Now, this is a difficult one for me, because I sell on Amazon and I buy stuff on Amazon. I don't know if it's because I sell on Amazon, but when you are looking for an item, do you enter in the search engine on Amazon when you're trying to buy something, the name of the item, or like the name and keywords that might be associated with it?
Well, that's the thing, because this is where I think eBay, Amazon, and Etsy are. This is where I think eBay and Amazon are different to Etsy, because traditionally, and we've got proof of this, and I'll tell you how in a minute. Traditionally, eBay and Amazon, people search for products. So they might type in personalized wallet, the actual product, or they might type in ceramic mug. Do you know what I mean? Whereas on Etsy, I think people are a little bit more inclined to type in Father's Day gift for my dad rather than the product. People still do type products into Etsy search, and probably more than recipients and occasions, but on Amazon and eBay, it's mainly products. And the reason I know for a fact, as I just mentioned, we know that's the case, is because when you're registered as a brand on Amazon, now you might not know this, mate, it's really useful information. When you're registered as a brand on Amazon, you've got something called brand analytics. And you can go into every single one of your listings, and Amazon will literally give you a list based on the history of clicks, impressions, sales. They will give you a list from top priority to bottom of what they say the best keywords that you should have in your title for that product. Were you aware of that?
I know certain stuff. I knew that bit, but it's something I'm still delving on it now.
Well, as we mentioned last week, it's just so much
time.
Yeah, there's so much in Amazon. You can get lost in it. But you can go into each listing, and it literally tells you, use these keywords. These are the best ones. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4.
The tool I like is the way you do experiments on the titles. I think that's something I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be spending a lot of time on that as well, is because I want to get the customers to my item. So if I can make that really efficient, getting to the customer, that's something that's going to obviously boost sales and
Yeah, we'll do that in another show, because there's so many tools when you're an Amazon seller that you've got. If you're registered as a brand, we'll have a look at them all in another show, especially these new title rules coming in, because you might not know how to structure titles when it all changes. You might have to do a couple of experiments to find out. Anyway, moving on. My top tip this week is really simple. It's such a big change. It's so big that my top tip, and bear in mind what happened with Etsy, as we mentioned with their AI tool, is if you sell on Amazon, if you can, my top tip is to try and change all of your Amazon titles before the end of July. Because if you don't, Amazon will do it for you, and you don't know what you're going to get. So nobody knows how good this Amazon AI title tool is going to be. But my opinion is it's not going to be that great. It's not going to change the titles to what you would change them to if you did it yourself. Now you think because the Etsy one's rubbish. So if it's the same as the Etsy one, you're in trouble. So now the difficulty is we've got about 900 listings on Amazon. So for me to change all of our titles by the end of July, and I know that's the other thing. A lot of people say don't change your titles, but at the end of the day, they're going to be changed anyway. They're going to be changed anyway by the AI. So I would try and change them yourself. There is a way of doing it in like a bulk upload where you just type, and you just go from one row to the next with your title, and you press the button and it changes them all. So I'm going for that approach. It's a bit dangerous because it's just going to go and change them all in one go when I upload it. It'll probably be around middle of July I do it. So I'll let you know how it goes. But it's
just shooting from the hip, because I have just shooting from the hip. I haven't put a lot of thought into this as of yet, and I'm going to have to.
You have to, mate, because before you know it,
I just think I'm going to go and make sure. Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is I'm going to probably get my top 20 to 30 best-selling items and get them done first and protected first, and then just go through it as much as I can, and then just go from there, mate. Because I've got about 600-700 listings on Amazon, so it's going to be a really tough one to get through. So I'm going to look after my best-selling ones first, and then I might go for a bulk one like yourself.
Yeah, because you know what it's like on Amazon. When you try and change a listing, it takes ages, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? The system, it takes when you press that button, you've got to verify it, then you've got to press save, and then it takes about 10 seconds. It's really slow. It's not like Etsy where you press the button, it's done. So that's why I'm going down the bulk route. But honestly, it's such a big change. People need to be aware of it. People need to get ahead of the game. That's why I'm saying, if you can, change all your titles before the end of July. Because as we know with the Etsy one, the AI button, some of the titles it was giving were against their own policy. So we all know what Amazon are like. Won't be surprised if
it's crazy. It's just one of them things. Everyone always fears change, and change is always a little bit scary, mate. But I'm sure it'll be all right in the end.
Here's the thing, mate. Most people online will say to you, don't keep messing around with your titles. And I sort of agree with them to a certain extent, because it can potentially confuse the algorithm as to what the item is. If you're changing the title, I think if the main keywords stay the same, you're probably all right. But I want to show you something related to that, because as I say, most people say don't mess with your titles, especially your best sellers. But now I'm not I'm not advocating this. It's just something that we did in our Etsy store this year, because things needed changing. We were struggling, and I went into all of our listings, and between, I would say, mid-February, mid-March, I changed every single one of our title and tags in our store. It was about 600. Most people will say you're crazy, you're nuts, do not do that. That's asking for trouble. Your visibility is going to tank. And I understand why they're saying that, but I changed them because I don't want to keep tinkering with them. So I changed them once and for all. And I'm going to leave them now. But this is what's happened. So I'm going to show you our Etsy sales history for this year bear in mind, I changed all of the titles and tags in all of our listings between mid-February and mid-March. If you take a look at that, that is our sales. That's our revenue there. So this is our revenue line chart. So the solid line is this year's sales, and the dotted line is last year's sales. So what you can see there is the first two dots on the left. That's January and then February. Now, obviously, the two lines are very similar. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So January sales this year compared to last year, very similar. February sales this year compared to last year, almost identical. Now, that wasn't going to be good enough for us because last year was awful. We needed to improve, right? If you look at the third dot along, March, as you can see, our sales were better this year than last year. April, better this year than last year. And May and June, there's a massive difference.
Yeah.
Can you see how the first 2 months of the year, we were basically the same as last year. And then all of a sudden we sort of took off. And I think we're about 70% up or something like that for the year now on Etsy.
That's great.
And if you look at June on the right hand side, June is our busiest month this year, whereas last year it was our quietest month. So what I'm saying is, if you just feel for your own, you've got to get a feel for your own store. So most people online would tell me, don't change all your titles and tags. Certainly don't change them in a short period. Your visibility will tank. Well, we did it, and look what's happened. It's improved things because there's not.
Does that mean, are they talking about that boost you get from doing little often?
No. So first of all, well, the reason they say not to change your best-selling titles is because they're best-selling. If it's not broke, don't fix it. If it's selling, leave it alone. Now, you could argue that our best sellers haven't sold anymore, but actually they have. Some of the bookmarks that we sell have flown out. They would say that when you change the title, there might be some words in there that you're ranking for really high. And all of a sudden when you change it, Etsy sort of having to have another look at the item and just almost reassess because you've changed it, what it is and where it should be for certain keywords. So they're saying if you're ranking for certain things really high, don't change that. But I think ultimately you've got to go with your gut feeling. Like we had a terrible last year. We didn't start well this year. I thought something needs to happen here. We've mixed it up. We've changed it. Now we're going to leave that. And I think because I've changed it and I've left it, that's why it's going up and up and up and up. I'm expecting to see that. I'm expecting to see that carry on. But the other thing is a lot of people are reporting that for the first time in like 20 years, there's been what's called an uptick in eBay, Amazon, and Etsy traffic. There's like a spring uptick. So you've got Christmas, haven't you? Where there's loads of people, visibility is high, your listings are getting shown to loads of people because there's loads of people looking for them. Then you come into New Year and it goes down. And then normally around about autumn, it starts coming up again. What's happened this year is visibility high for Christmas, down, and there's been an uptick in spring. People are reporting for the first time. They're getting quite excited about it. People are saying there's been an uptick and they don't know why it is. And the things that are trending, like Halloween and Christmas, which is crazy.
I can endorse that. I'm feeling a bit of an uptick as well. But mate, it's really strange, isn't it? Because I've heard the advice of don't mess with a good listing that's selling. So I actually didn't know what my best-selling item was on Etsy. So I went onto the listing. I'm really, really funny. I'm doing all my listings now and updating them and stuff like that. And it was the tags on it was for another item. I got the tags completely wrong on it. And the title just basically says camper fan sign, no personalized. It was just the most basic title, like camper fan sign, metal. And then
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Paul's mistake of the week section.
Yeah. I can do one of them every 20 minutes, I think. Right. So yeah, and I was like, right, I know it's not right to mess with a listing that sells, that listing for whatever reason selling really well, but mate, I can make this a lot better. So that's what we did.
Well, just going back to what I was saying, the experts who tell you not to change your titles would probably say to me the reason your Etsy sales have gone up is because of this uptick that everyone's talking about that doesn't normally happen. But I don't think it is, because the same uptick is happening on Amazon, where I haven't, in terms of general sales that everyone's talking about, I haven't changed our titles yet on Amazon. I mean, the only reason I'm going to do it is because we have to. But if you look at Amazon, our sales, so if you look at the right hand graph there of the two is sales. The left hand one is number of orders. So if you look at the right hand graph, the blue line is this year. So we started off better. February was better. March was better. April was better. May and June have been worse. So for us, we're down on Amazon for May and June this year. So you can't tell me that this on Etsy is because of the uptick that everyone's talking about, when on Amazon we've experienced the opposite. We started off quite well, but now we're going downhill. So that's crazy, because, as I said, on Etsy we changed all our titles and tags, and on Amazon we haven't really touched anything. So that's really interesting, isn't it? Because most people say don't.
It really is, mate.
Sorry, mate. There's a bit of a time issue, isn't there? Yes. No one can tell me that this isn't because we've changed quite a lot of our listings and tried to update them to be better. But yeah, go on. What are you going to say?
Yeah, sometimes it just be reasons that you'll never know why there's an uptick or a little downturn. But I'm definitely now experiencing an uptick now, and so I don't know what it is really, but I have been playing around myself with Etsy listings and tags and updating photos as well. So I just thought it was that, for the little and often boost you get for just constantly working stuff at your shop and just getting it looking a little bit better than it was. Yeah.
So anyway, we need to move on. I'm just trying to, honestly, this thing that I use, I've told you before, if anyone new watching, like we've said every week, again, we don't know what we're doing. I'm trying to, these bloody slides, I've lost them. I'll bring them up in a minute. Right. Do you want to do your customer of the week?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. So, mate, this one made me smile because at the moment, my go-to binge-worthy videos that I watch on Netflix is what's it called? Yellowstone. Absolutely love Yellowstone, and about the ranches and the horses and stuff like that. I'm really into it. Absolutely love it. And I actually got an order from Texas for a stable sign. So I did it, I sent it off, and I said to the ladies, like, I actually can't believe that one of my items is going to Texas and is going on your ranch. Once it gets there, could you just send me a photo of it? Because I just love to see what it looks like in the backdrop. So she sent me that photo, and it was, I don't know if I'm allowed to share it. I haven't got it at hand, so I don't know about that. I don't know if she'd want me to. But it was the sign with the horses in the barn and this lovely backdrop of like mountains. It was brilliant, and I was just like, that's amazing. And like I was like, that sign started off in my little Cheshire house and is all the way in Texas now. And I thought that's was really good.
Mate, that's really good. And do you know what? I didn't even know that you sold to America.
Yeah.
I didn't know you sold to America. Because I was worried. You know, when you mentioned a couple of weeks ago on here that you sold to America, I was worried because when you sell to America, you've got to get your head around the tariffs and all that. So if you sorted all that and you factored that into the price.
So just on that, so I got the photo recently, but when it was sold, it was before the tariff. So she's only just got back to me with the reply, and it was the photo. So after it, I still haven't got my head around the tariffs as of yet, but that was before the tariff, is it? But I only got the photo recently.
Right.
So yeah, so it was really good with all the horses and in the stables. I was absolutely made up as well.
Hey, mate, you know, we did an episode on AI a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
I've just asked, I've got a problem here in this stream. So I'm like, I can't see my bloody slides. I've just asked ChatGPT and it solved it straight away for me.
Did it?
Yeah, while you were talking about Texas, I was asking ChatGPT. So listen, as we said like that week, if you're not on board, you need to get on board with AI because, yeah. Anyway, going back to where we were, that's my top tip. Change all your Amazon titles. We've done customer of the week. We're back on track. But that was a good one, mate. Because normally your customers are nuts, aren't they? Normally your customers are like nuts, and you have a funny story, but that's quite a nice one. And the fact that you're now selling to America, is that on Etsy? Was it? Did you say?
Yeah, it was an Etsy one. Yeah. What I'll do is I might ask the customer if they can share the photo, and it'll their permission, and then I'll put it on the stream next week.
Yeah, that's really good because like you've got to sell to America if you're on Etsy. Do you get many sales to America now, or is it just starting to?
No, I don't. I know America's a big part of yours, but no, it hasn't really.
I think you will. I think you will start to get some, because I would say at least maybe 20% of our orders are probably American for Etsy. So it's really good. Anyway, mate, we need to move on. So if you are joining us for the first time, or you maybe just watching back, like probably how most people take in the content, just let us know if you've got any comments or questions. Just put them in the comment section, and we will answer every single one. So if you've got any questions this week about the product titles, which we're going to go on to talk about now, how we write them, maybe you want to let us know how you write your own. Just let us know. I'm just checking and pressing the right button here. There it is. You like that one, don't you?
Yeah, I love it.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you are selling online, we do know what we're doing. We're not here to tell people what to do, but you might pick up the odd thing here or there, and it might help you with your own online stores. Right, let's get into it. Product titles. We're going to do, especially in light of what's happened this week, the update. We're going to show examples of how we would write titles on Amazon first. Then we're going to do eBay, and then we're going to do Etsy. And we've picked. I've picked at random 3 products that we're going to write titles for. They're not products that we sell, so we're sort of. It's a bit of a learning curve for us to write titles for products we don't sell. But they are real life examples. And all I did was I went onto eBay, Amazon, and Etsy, and I picked one from each one, and I just picked on the first thing that I saw. Like Father's Day gift, basically. So these are the products we're going to write titles for today. We're going to show how we do it. First one are these. They're like sort of personalized, customized golf tees, basically, and they're made of wood. The second product we're going to write a title for is this. It's going to come up any minute now. This personalized metal lighter. So it's like a cigarette lighter, I suppose. And the final product that we are going to write titles for today is this custom photo mug. So we are going to do Amazon first. We are going to very quickly go through the guidelines of what Amazon expects of titles. We're going to use the new guidelines. We're going to share the new guidelines that are going to be implemented from the end of July. And then we're going to show how we write titles. Now, you've written your titles based on how things would be today, haven't you, on Amazon?
Yeah, so it's not about like what's coming in through the new policy, but before this new policy is implemented.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting because I've written mine based on the new guidelines. So it'll be interesting to see the before and after, before July 27th and after. Right, anyway, so Amazon product title guidelines in a nutshell. As we said, from the end of July, no more than 75 characters. It's the usual, really, isn't it? No promotional content, special characters. Now, the 2 interesting things for me here are, number 1, titles must contain the minimum amount of information that can be used to clearly describe the product. So they are literally saying that your title now is literally just to state what the product is. That's it. And then stop. Nothing else. State what it is, then stop. And the other one that I'm interested in is you're not allowed to use the same word more than twice. I think that's part of the guidance now. I'm not sure if that's a change. Now the thing on Amazon is if you break any of these policies, that they don't publish the title. They basically sort of say, have another go. We're not publishing it. Whereas on Etsy, you can sort of write anything and it'll be published, but then it might come back, later on in the line to bite you, but they just won't publish it. Right. So they're the requirements. Now, you've obviously gone with up to sort of 200 characters, I imagine, because that's what it is at the moment. So we'll do the golf tees first. I've got screenshots of the titles that I've written. You're just going to have to read yours out. So we'll compare what our titles are.
Yeah.
Now this will be massively different because, as I say, you're using the old version, I'm using the new, and we'll talk about how we come up with our titles. So, do you want to go first, mate? So, what's your title on Amazon for the golf tees?
Right. So it's personalized golf tees. Custom wooden golf tees. Gift.
So, hang on a minute. So, personalized golf tees.
Yeah.
Do you use a comma, or are you just using no punctuation?
There's no punctuation on this now.
No punctuation. Okay, so go on then. Personalized golf tees.
Custom wooden golf tees. Gift for dad.
Okay, and that's it, yeah?
Golfer.
Sorry, mate. I lost you then. I've lost your sound then. I'm up to personalized golf tees.
Golfer accessory set.
Right, 2 secs, mate, because there's something going on with the sound here. I just need to, because what I'm doing is I'll show you my screen. I'm typing it into my word counter. I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm typing it. Can you see that?
Yeah. Gift for dad.
Right. So where are we up to? Gift for dad.
Yeah. Golfer accessory set.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
So that title on the screen there, that's your title for that product.
That's my title. So
even though that's an old style title, it's still only 80 characters. So that's not far off from being okay for the new sort of guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
Right, interesting. So there's no punctuation. That's the first thing that strikes me. That's interesting because I use punctuation now. I didn't used to, but I do now. Right, I'll show you. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen. I'll show you how I've written the same the title for the same product. So where is it? Let's have a look. This is my title. Personalized wooden golf tees gift. Custom message text phrase golf pegs. So how have you come up with your title?
Right. So in the past, I've gone to the listing policy screen on Amazon, copy and pasted it onto ChatGPT and said, I want to make listings within these guidelines. Can you, when I enter what the item is, can you make a really good, efficient title for that product?
Interesting. So you basically use ChatGPT now.
Yeah.
Interesting. Good. Well, it's a quick way of doing it, isn't it? I think some people would say do it yourself because ChatGPT is guessing, but my argument against that would be, well, we're guessing, aren't we? We're guessing.
I thought, though, I did think it was efficient. When I first did it, I thought it'd be the most efficient way to do it because it just streamlines through everything and gives you the best. I'm probably learning now that it's good, but it's not. You can help it by adding bits to it to improve that efficiency as well. It's good, but it's not the best way.
So you use AI and I write my own. And now you know me, I love AI. I use it for a lot of things, but I still write my own titles. So the way I do it now, bearing in mind that I'm using the new guidelines, is I've decided on Amazon with the new guidelines, I'm going to use certainly no more than 3 what I would call mini phrases, but I'm probably going to use 2 mini phrases. And what I mean is obviously the first phrase there is personalized wooden golf tees gift. And then the second phrase is custom message text phrase golf pegs. and that's it. So I'm using too many phrases separated by a comma, because when you use a comma, you only need 2 characters, one for the comma, one for the space, so you can get more words in than some other sort of things that we'll see later on.
Yeah.
So my theory on Amazon now is they just want what the product is. So I'm literally using two mini phrases to write in 2 different ways what the product is. And the only reason I put gift in the title is, did you put gift in the title? You did, didn't you? Yeah, you did. You put gift for dad. The only reason I put gift in the title is because we are a gift shop. We sell gifts. So we are after people who are buying gifts. That's our target market. So my Amazon title method is too many. Again, I'm using the new guidelines. Too many phrases separated by a comma. Phrase 1 is my strongest way of describing the item. Phrase 2 is my sort of alternative way of describing the item, and I'm putting gift somewhere in there. It might be that I put gift in the first one. It might be I put it in the second one. I've gone for the first one here. So that's my way of doing it. Now, what I've done there is, and because we've already got golf tees, I actually didn't know. This is where I did use AI. I didn't know another term for golf tees. Now, ChatGPT tells me that even though it's much commonly less used, some people call them golf pegs. That's why I've used golf pegs. So you can see there.
Interesting.
Too many phrases, one way of describing it, and then another way of describing it. So if you look at the too many phrases, they're basically the same, but just with different words. So personalized is obviously custom. And what I tend to do is the first phrase is what the item is, and the second one includes a little bit about what the actual customization is. So obviously the customization on this item is the fact that you can put a message on it. You can put whatever message you want on it. So that's how I'm writing my Amazon titles moving forwards. I'm always going to start with personalized if it's a personalized item as well. Now, I would suggest that with your title, I'm just going to show it again. I would suggest that, can you see that?
Yeah.
I would suggest that with this title here, to make that in line with the new, eligible to be published under the new guidelines, you need to take 5 characters off. I would suggest that you would probably just take off for dad, and therefore that's it. That's now 72 characters.
Yeah.
Now I like to have. So if I was you, I would do that. I would have that as your mini phrase 1, and that is your mini phrase 2 with separated by comma. The reason I like to use punctuation is because they're making a big deal now. All of these sites, eBay, Amazon, Etsy, they're making a big deal of the titles need to be readable to a human being. They need to sort of make sense. They just don't want keyword stuffing. That's why I'm using sort of comma and having too many phrases rather than just writing all the words in one go, which is what I used to do. Right, so that's interesting. Right, so that's the golf. So going on to the lighter, again, we're talking about Amazon. What's your title?
It is personalized metal lighter.
Okay.
Custom engraved refillable lighter. Gift for dad, husband, boyfriend.
Gift for dad, husband, boyfriend. And again, this is an old style title before the new changes come into effect. So I've written that on my screen. I'm assuming you can see that. I've just highlighted it.
Yeah.
Okay, and you've used AI for all of these because that's how you're writing your titles at the moment.
Yeah, so that's how it would. Now, if I'm being really honest here now, I would be inclined to add into the title onto the title bit, but then I would probably copy gift for dad, husband, and boyfriend, and delete it from the title and then add it into my keywords.
Yeah. Well, if you do that, as you can see, you then have 61 characters, so you'd still have 14 characters. That's kind of why I'm still putting gift in, but I'm not putting the recipients in. So you could change that from what you just had, as I've just sort of shown, to you could maybe change it to that, couldn't you? You've still got 7 characters that you could add. You've got 68 characters.
For my listing, James, it's not. One of my prompt is it's not just filling characters, but just give me the best title for customers to find it. So I'm not bothered about just ramming and filling it, because I can add that into the generic keyword and stuff, and add it into the titles and the bullet points. So I don't try and load up the title.
But that's the question, isn't it? Because some people will tell you that the title is more important for SEO than anything else. Now, I think that still probably is the case, but I think we're definitely coming away from that. Because Amazon and Etsy are saying, aren't they, take things out of the title and put it elsewhere. In other words, it doesn't matter whether it's in the title or whether it's on Amazon, the bullet points, the description, as long as it's somewhere. And Etsy's sort of saying the same, aren't they? Take certain things out of your title and put them in your tags. It's fine. It doesn't have to be in title. Now, I still would be cautious with that. I personally would still be cautious with that. And I actually do something that a lot of people that say not to do on Etsy, but we'll come on to that later. What are you going to say?
Do you remember especially when we first started doing this? I think there was people guessing, or these rumors that if you enter the word in the title and I think in the keywords, it would cancel it out.
Yeah.
Now, so I asked ChatGTP about that, and they said that's not true.
Yeah, because I thought that as well. So we're talking specifically about Amazon. So if you sell on Amazon, you'll know what we mean. You get a title. Now, by the way, there's a new section called item highlights. So what Amazon is saying is, when this new title guideline comes in and you only got 75 characters, you can put some stuff in what's called item highlights, which apparently appears just under the title. So color, size, things like that, they'll go in item highlights. But anyway, so you've got your item title, you will have your item highlights. You've got your bullet points, you've got your description, and on Amazon, you've also got back-end generic keywords, which if you don't sell on Amazon, they're similar to Etsy tags, except instead of being separate tags, it's just one long line of words, isn't it? Now, the theory was, and a lot of people said this, that if you put a word in your title and then you repeat that same word in your back-end keywords, then my camera's gone off, mate. I'll come back on in a minute. Then the theory is, those, by repeating it, it cancels it and it won't be eligible to rank for that word at all. Now, that is actually, I think that is a false thing. That even though it was in the guidance once upon a time for Amazon, it's not a true thing, because I put quite a few words now in the keywords that are also in the title. It doesn't seem to affect us at all. So yeah. Anyway, mate, we need to move on. This is my title for the same product, the exact same way that I did the previous one. 2 mini phrases. The first mini phrase is exactly what I think it is. Personalized metal cigarette lighter. I put gift in the first mini phrase on this one. And then custom, what the actual customization is. Custom message, pocket accessory. So again, there's not really any other way to describe a lighter other than a lighter. So I've just put accessory, pocket accessory. So exactly the same way. 2 mini phrases. And in terms of the first mini phrase, I always try and go personalized, material, and then product. So personalized metal cigarette lighter. So that's my title for that one. So you can see that, I think that's the thing. You've got to find your own way, do things. When you find your own way, be consistent with it. Try and use the same sort of format to write your product titles. Right, moving on to the mug. So what title have you written for Amazon?
James, you're going to have to do that for yourself for a minute. I've got a delivery. I'll just be a second.
Have you? Really?
Yeah, right.
I'll show my title. Right, we'll see Paul back in a minute. So this is the title that I've written for the mug for Amazon. I have written this title, the same format. So 2 mini phrases separated by a comma. Now that comma at the end there, that shouldn't be there. So you can ignore that. The one after cup, ignore that. Right, so it's 2 mini phrases separated by a comma. Again, the first mini phrase is personalized material product. So it's personalized ceramic mug. I've put gift in the first mini phrase as well, because we're a gift shop. And then again, exactly the same, custom, and then whatever the customization is. So custom photo and message, and then an alternative way of saying mug. For me, the best alternative is coffee cup. So it's if you look at my 3 titles, they're exactly the same format. Product first, then what the customization is, and then an alternative name for the product. exactly the same way. And I've put gift in there, and I've put gift in the first mini phrase for all of them. As I said, because we're a gift shop, we're trying to attract people who are buying gifts. So that's in a nutshell. If I just share my screen, this is how I write my Amazon titles. Personalized, material, what the product is, custom, what the customization is, and then an alternate name for the product. I've also put gift in. I try and get gift in somewhere. So let's say it's there.
Now we're back.
Hey, can you see my screen there, mate?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
So that there on screen is what I was saying. That's how I write my Amazon titles, or how I'm definitely going to write them for the new way of doing it. So my mini phrase one is there, personalized material products gift. My second mini phrase is custom, and then whatever the customization is, and then an alternative name for the product. So that my mug one that I've just shown on screen, it's obviously, I don't put material, so the material is ceramic. The product is mug. The customization is it's a customized with a photo and message. And the alternative name for a mug that I've gone with, that I think is the most popular that people use, is coffee cup. That's how I write my titles. So that there, in fact, I'll just show you this. Right, can you see that?
Yeah. Well, your title is still across the screen, yeah.
Yeah, so you can see me typing now, yeah?
Just about. There's still your title going across the screen.
Oh, sorry, I need to take that off. Hang on.
Yeah.
Sorry,
there we go.
Right, there we go. Right, so this is how I write my titles for Amazon. It's personalized, material, product. Normally gift is in that one. Then it's custom, and then it's what the customization is. And then it's an alternative way of describing the product. I've got my bloody dog licking my leg here. I'll concentrate. Dougie, stop it. Right, so can you see that?
Yeah.
That in a nutshell is how I'm writing my Amazon titles moving forward. So for this mug, it's ceramic. The product is obviously mug. You're going to use the word mug. The customization is photo and message you can put on there. And the alternative product name that I would use for mug that I think is the most popular is coffee cup. And that's it. That's how I've done it. And that is how I'm writing my titles. So I'll remove that. I'll bring that back up. And as you can see, that's how I've written my title. And that's also how I wrote. Oh, sorry, mate, go on.
Do you know what I've noticed so far as doing this? Like, I think it's going to be a ball ache doing all this and changing all the titles and all that. But looking at mine and yours now, I wish they did this sooner, because it's just like it is literally cutting everything down to what the item it actually is. You're not trying to just put loads of back-end words in your title, SEO, and it becomes difficult to write, and it looks messy and it's hard to read. And you enter all that in the description and the bullet points and a jerk, and that's where you go to town on your listing. So I can see why they've done this. Now,
I can, mate. Well, just tell us what your title is for the mug.
So an example of what I'm just saying now is, this is how messy it is. Personalized photo mug.
Right.
Custom picture mug.
Right.
Any image, any text.
Yeah.
Ceramic coffee mug. And it is a mistake because they've used mug quite a lot.
Yeah, well, they don't know about the new guidelines probably. So is that it?
Can I have a look at the title? I think there's...
I'm up to ceramic coffee mug.
Yeah, and the last word is gift.
So is that it?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so you've got mug 1, 2, 3 times. So obviously that you can't have that in a new title. Obviously it's 84 characters long, so you have to get rid of, yeah. See, they've not even used cup. So I would definitely use coffee cup there for a start.
Yeah.
You've got picture and photo. Okay. I'm not sure about any image, any text. I think you could just put custom, well, like I did my title, custom text. So yeah, so you're going to carry on probably, are you, using AI, but you're going to use the new guidelines and see what it comes up with.
Yeah, and do you know what I like about this, James? I could probably be off this new way of doing it. I could probably make the title myself, but then just mainly use AI just to go to town on bullet points and description.
Yeah, well, that's what I do, and I think what you need to do for me, if you're writing your own titles, is you need to be consistent, and you need to have clarity in your head, and just do it. Just write it. So for me, as I explained, it's personalized material, product, gift, comma, custom, and then whatever the customization is, and then an alternative way of describing the product. And that for me gives me clarity. I know what I'm doing. I can write my title, bang, 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 bang. I'm not using any like soft research or some, like any of these places where you can go and find keyword data and all that. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth the time. It's a time suck. It's not that. It's not.
I think while you're researching it, you could have listed 20 items.
Oh God, mate. Most people online will tell you to use a keyword research tool because they are sponsored by them. And it's not hard to write a title. They're very important titles. They're very important, but they're not hard to write. So for me, let me just show you something very quickly. So for me, I'm talking Amazon, but I'm talking everything really. So in terms of SEO and getting your products found by people, which is obviously really important, for me, the title is number one. It's really important. Then underneath that, in terms of priority order, you've got, I think the new highlights feature will be fairly important. Highlights. You've also got your bullet points. You've got your description. In terms of visibility, like keywords and SEO and all that stuff, you've got your keywords, your back-end keywords. So you've got all of these things here, which for me are probably around about the same importance. These are probably quite important for search, actually. Maybe a little bit more important, maybe here. But your title is still your most important thing. However, the amount of time, if you discuss how long it takes for you to come up with your title versus how long you should spend coming up with good images, it's probably, for me, 1 minute on your title and like 30 minutes to come up with your images, minimum. Anywhere between 30 minutes and bloody 2 hours. So you should spend more time on this, less time on this, even though that is really important. So this is where people get you online. That because your title is really important, they will tell you that because it's important, you should spend hours researching keywords for it. You shouldn't, because even though it's important, it's really easy to write a title.
Yeah.
Now we've sold loads, as you know. Well, so have you. I don't research keywords for titles. I went through about a 2-month period where I thought, God, I better do something. I started doing it. It's an absolute waste of time. There's no need. Right, moving on. Right, eBay. Now, for me, eBay is very similar to Amazon. It's product-led. The people search for product. It's going to be almost identical to Amazon moving forward because, as we've just discussed, Amazon's going to be 75 characters and eBay is a maximum. eBay's a maximum of 80. It's very, very similar guidelines. Now, I had to look for AI for this, you can see, because I actually couldn't find on eBay where it says, what you should do for your title, but apparently this is what they say. Very similar to Amazon. Don't put things in that belong elsewhere. Just say what the product is. That's it. So my way of doing eBay titles is very similar. Can you see that? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very similar to Amazon. For me, it's exactly the same. The only difference might be is that the gift might go elsewhere. I'll put it there for now. What the customization is. Alternate product. Now, the only difference is you get a few more characters. So I sometimes on eBay have a third mini phrase, and that might be a gift for whoever the recipient is. If that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Stay with me, mate. I can hear you clicking away. Right. So what's your eBay title then for the golf tees?
Right. So for the golf tees, it is personalized golf tees.
Personalized golf tees, yeah.
Custom golf gift.
I'm assuming there's no commas or anything, no?
No commas.
Okay.
Custom golf gift, engraved tees for dad golfer.
So anything else?
Nope, that is it.
That's it. So 68 characters. So you're within your 80. No, see again. I'd stick personalization in there. I'd stick one of them. Sorry, personalization. I'd stick some grammar in. I'd stick a comma in there. That's probably what I'd do. Let's change that.
And what you've got to be careful as well is, I mean, I fell for this as well a couple of times. It is if you look at the picture, the tees,
yeah,
it's not engraved.
It's not engraved.
So you've got to look at that and go, that needs to go.
Yeah, so you might go printed tees. Yeah. And I stick those commas in to make it sort of more readable. I'd stick commas in there and there to make it 3 mini phrases. That's what I would do. Right, here's my I think it's basically how I said I write them. So sorry, just trying to find it. So this is my title for golf tees on eBay. Personalized material products, so personalized wooden golf tees. Custom message golf pegs. So custom, what the customization is obviously a custom message. Again, I've used golf pegs because I'm looking for an alternative way to describe it. And then, as I said, I've used 3 mini phrases instead of 2. So my third mini phrase, if I can get one in, if I can fit one in, that's where I'm going to be a little bit who the gift's for. And I've just gone gift for golf lover. I could have put gift for dad or gift for husband. I've just gone gift for golf lover because I'm going to leave it in there all year round. If it's, if I was changing my title throughout the year, I might have put gift for dad for Father's Day and then changed it back, etc. So you can see the consistency in what I'm doing. You can see the consistency in what you're doing because obviously you're using AI and you're using the same prompt. So as we said, you've got to be consistent. Right. What about the lighter? What's your title for the lighter?
So it is personalized. They've used engraved again. Personalized engraved metal lighter.
Yeah.
Custom gift for dad and husband.
Yeah. For dad and husband.
For dad, husband. I got for dad and husband. Yeah.
And husband or just husband?
Oh, just husband.
So that.
Yeah, for dad, husband. Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah, personalized grade metal lighter, custom gift for dad, husband. Yeah, that's the one.
I still think, mate, because you've got 63 characters there, you've got 17 left. I personally think if you're going down the route of putting gift for at the end, you can get a couple more. I would actually put golf lover, and I might even put gift for him.
Yeah.
So you've got 78. So now you're hitting gift for him. I know it's hard to rank for that, but we rank for that on Etsy. And now you're also hitting gift for golf lover. Whereas without those, you're not necessarily hitting them. So I still think making the most of your characters, trying to maximize them is still worthwhile. But because you're using AI, obviously you're just going to go with what it says, apart from a little bit of tweaking.
I hope you don't mind me interjecting here, and I hope it stays on point. But I think what I've noticed, these listings as I've using my prompts, but they look a bit like I wouldn't really write them. And I wonder if it's ChatGTP knows my items and it knows that it's wrote titles in the past for me, and I've changed them, I've altered them, I've asked questions. I wonder if it just knows my items, what I sell.
Here's the thing. You can't just stay stagnant listing the same items. As you know, you need to try and find new things to list.
Yeah.
So you've got to try and get around that. Well, it might be that you tweak it and then you say, right, this is what I prefer. So moving forwards for this item, can you bear that in mind? If that makes sense. Right. What about the lighter? What have you got for the lighter on eBay?
Well, we've done the lighter, haven't we? It's there.
Sorry, we've done the lighter. We've done the lighter. I'll quickly show you mine. Again, to be honest, we can rattle through these now because it's pretty obvious what mine's going to look like. Oh,
yeah.
I've done the Etsy. I've done the Etsy one. A sneak preview. My Etsy ones are way different. There's the lighter one. So again, personalized material, product, custom, whatever the customization is, and then another way of explaining the product, and then gift for at the end for someone. So that's why eBay on. The only reason I put gift for him is I think it's the only thing I could fit in under 80 characters. So I could actually move cigarettes, the first one. I could put personalized metal cigarette lighter and then have pocket lighter. But actually, I won't be able to fit that in. That's probably why I've put pocket cigarette lighter. Anyway, right. So you can see the pattern. Just while we're on it, this is my mug one, and again, you can see the same pattern: personalized material, product, custom, whatever the customization is, alternative word for the product, and then a gift for whoever I think people might be looking for.
It looks really clean there.
It's really obvious, and I do like the commas, mate. I just think it looks readable rather than just a one long sentence of words, if you know what I mean. It breaks it up.
It just looks like the AI's just gone for words, and hopefully you hit it in the search bar rather than making sense. Yeah, I think because Etsy, eBay, and Amazon are all saying they need to be readable. I just think moving forward, you need to try, if possible, to move away from just because they obviously Amazon are making this big change because they don't want loads of keywords just smashed into a title. And I don't know how the algorithm would ever read that there's no commas or there's no grammar, but they might at some point be able to say, well, that's not very readable. We don't like it. Who knows? Right. So what's your mug one? We'll do the mug one and then we'll get on to Etsy, which is a completely different ball game for me. Yeah. What? Oh, the mug on eBay. Personalized photo mug. Oh, we've done it, haven't we? We've done it. Yeah. Is it? No, go on. Do it again. Personalized photo mug. eBay. Yeah. First photo mug. Any image, any text. Yeah. Custom ceramic mug gift. Right. So similar to your Amazon one, isn't it? In terms of they've got this any image, any text. See, will somebody search, any image, any text mug, or they put personalized message mug or custom message mug? If it was me, I'd do if I was trying to buy it, I'd go personalized mug, image, and text. Oh, you would go image and text, right? Okay. Well, that just shows. Picture. Yeah. Okay. Right. We're going to move on. So I think it's fair to say my Amazon and eBay titles are very similar, especially now the changes come in. 2 mini phrases Amazon, 3 on eBay. I think if I can get it in. The only difference for me is I'm probably adding a gift recipient, the main gift recipient on eBay, if I can get it in. Yours are AI written, so they are quite similar actually on Amazon and eBay, even though the changes are coming in and you didn't take that into account on Amazon. They're still quite short, aren't they? So you can. That's the good thing with yours. You can still adapt quite easily to the new ones because they're already quite short. Right. For me, now, as we know, this is the thing. The Amazon update leads me to believe, will Etsy do the same thing? Are they not far away from reducing the characters in their titles? Because they're definitely telling people, take this out your title, take that out your title, use shorter titles. Amazon have almost like put the money where the mouth is. And they've said, we're not just going to tell you to do it. You've got to do it. So will Etsy eventually join them? I think they might. Better than mine. But at the moment, you've got 140 characters on Etsy. And these are their guidelines. Well, I say guidelines. This is in their sort of ultimate search and SEO thing. It's pretty obvious again. Clearly name the item for sale. Include the most important things up front. Now, that's not for SEO. It doesn't mean that the first few words in your title on Etsy get better traction for visibility. It just means that that's what the customer sees.
Streamline. There you go, look, mate. Streamline for clarity and scannability. And now they say consider using less. The thing about this is try not to repeat words. It's not like Amazon where they say if you break one of the things we're saying, you're not going to get your item listed. You got to have another go at it. They say try and do this, try and do that. It's a bit wishy-washy on Etsy, and I still personally think use all the characters. Yeah. Try and get the keywords in, but it's got to be readable. It's got to be readable. So if a human read it, it's got to make sense. So golf tees for Etsy.
Yeah.
This should be different. This should be quite different, I think. What have you got?
Personalized golf tees.
Yeah.
Comma.
Okay.
Custom golf gift. Comma.
Yeah.
Engraved golf tees. Comma. Gift for dad. Comma.
All right.
Golf lover present.
Yeah.
Comma. Father's Day golf gift.
Father's with an apostrophe or no apostrophe?
Apostrophe.
Father's Day golf gift, did you say?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's a title, that isn't it? That's
right. So breaking it down, it's 118 characters. So you're still leaving 22 characters on the table. There's 1, 2, 3. Whoops. 3, 4, 5, 6 mini phrases. Interesting. Now, first of all, obviously AI thinks Etsy should have commas in, and it doesn't think the others need it. So that's interesting. And the 6 mini phrases, I think that's quite a lot of mini phrases to have in there. Interesting. Let's do your other titles so we can compare them. So what's your lighter title for Etsy? The metal lighter. Sorry, mate, before we move on very quickly, do you know what I noticed about your titles? I think it's been in all of them. You don't include in your titles what it's made of. So there's no you could just put that in, couldn't you? And you're still well under the characters, and it explains what it's made of. Because I think some people might think they're plastic golf tees, and the wooden ones are more premium.
Yeah. So that's really odd. So when I've done this task, like for my items, it would have the
material.
The material in straight away, and it presumes for me because it's got an idea of what to sell.
So right, go on then. Give us the lighter one. Give us the lighter.
Personalized lighter.
I'll do it underneath so we can see if they're personalized lighter.
Yeah. Engraved metal lighter.
Is there a comma?
In personalized, yeah, comma, yeah.
Yeah.
Comma. Custom gift for dad, comma. Father's Day gift, comma. Gift for husband, comma. Personalized keepsake.
Right. So first of all, do you think they're putting Father's Day in because we're near Father's Day, in real time? Or do you think that would be in there anyway?
Oh, I don't know.
Because that's what you've got to be careful of as well, because AI probably knows it's the start of June when you asked it. So right, give us the mug one.
Personalized photo mug, comma. Custom picture mug, comma. Any image mug, comma. Any text mug, comma. Personalized coffee cup, comma. Unique gift idea.
Interesting. It's quite generic things in there, isn't there? So let's have a look. So the first one had 6 mini phrases. This one's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it's got 6 as well. This one's got 1, 2, 3, 4. They've all got 6 what I would call mini phrases. They're separated by something, separated by commas. They've all got 6 mini phrases. They all start with personalized, which I agree with. They all then, so it's basically personalized product, or you've got photo in there. And then it's customs here. Yeah, they're quite similar. I mean, you've got Father's Day here, Father's Day here. This one obviously isn't specific for anyone in particular, so it could be for anyone. So they are sort of along the same lines, aren't they, structure-wise? Yeah. They're all similar in length, I think. So the first one was, what, 118? This one is 125. And the mug one is 114. So again, you're leaving quite a lot of characters on the table.
Yeah.
Interesting. Right. Yeah. So for me, this is the thing. There's no right or wrong. So that's just how you do it. That's how you would list that item at the minute. Mine are quite different. So first of all, I don't use commas on Etsy. I use what's called vertical bars.
They look quite nice.
Yeah, well, I think they look nice, so that's why I use them. Even though most people tell you to use commas, I think they look nice, and actually they use more characters than commas, but I still use them. So this is my lighter one. Let's try and get it up. Sorry, my golf tees one. Right. So again, very similar in the sense that I always go personalized material product. So personalized wooden golf tees. Now on eBay and Amazon, I try and just put gifting somewhere, but we've got so many more characters on Etsy. So this is my Etsy one. Personalized wooden. I try not to use more than 3 mini phrases, even though the middle one is a very long mini phrase. I just don't like using more than 3. I'm not sure why that is. It's just a hunch. So that's my golf tees one. So you can see that they'll all start the same way. So that one is personalized wooden golf tees. That one is personalized metal lighter. So again, personalized material product. And that one is personalized ceramic mug. So they all start the same, personalized material product. Then I always use custom, and then whatever the customization is. So custom message, alternative product. So exactly the same as eBay and Etsy. Custom, whatever the customization is, an alternative product. So custom message golf pegs, custom message pocket cigarette lighter, custom photo message coffee cup. So you can see the pattern in how I list things. The titles, they all start.
Hello? James? Hello? James?
Yeah, mate.
You all right? What happened there, mate?
I have no idea. We do apologise if you are watching. You'll have to just fast forward to that bit. Right, I have no idea, mate. Anyway, we need to crack on. Oh, God, we've such a big topic again. Right, so what I was saying was the way that I write titles, it starts the same on all of them. It's personalised material product. Then it's however I separate, whether it's a comma or a vertical bar. Then it's custom, whatever the customisation is, and an alternative way of describing the product. The difference on Etsy is I then put quite a lot in terms of gift stuff because we are a gift shop. Now, I've stopped. The only occasion I now put in our titles is birthday. That's it, which is a massive change for us. So at the start of this live, I mentioned that our Etsy has gone through the roof since I changed my titles.
Yeah.
It's a big risk because we used to have things like Father's Day, Christmas, Valentine's, and I took all that out. and I only put in birthday gift. Now, sorry, I do use anniversary if it's like a romantic gift. The reason I only put birthday or anniversary in is because they are evergreen. They are all year round. But what I don't want anymore is to be A, changing our titles, or B, have anything in there that's wasted space. So if I had Christmas in our titles now, for me, it would be wasted space. And it's worked well for Father's Day. So I actually took Father's Day out of our titles. I made sure they're in tags. And Father's Day sales have still been, we've smashed it. So it just shows me you don't have to have those occasions in your title. You could possibly take birthday out. You could probably take the recipients out. I don't know. So that's the way I write my Etsy titles. I go for the same as eBay and Amazon, but then I use the characters that we've got left on birthday gift 4, and then I include 3 or 4 recipients who I think are the main ones for that particular item. And then I'll use a descriptor word. So there I've used sentimental, and then I use a gift for alternative recipients, if you like. So I almost get 4, 5, 6 recipients in. I get an extra descriptor word in, and I get gift 4 in. That's the difference between my Etsy titles compared to eBay and Amazon, because obviously got more space.
So it's just being efficient there, then, isn't it? And prioritizing.
Well, again, it's each to their own. I think the only thing we can do today is share how we write titles and what they look like, which is what we've done. And then it's up for people to make their own mind up. Now, you've seen my sales history on Etsy this year, so you can't tell me that our titles aren't any good, or because I've checked, when I changed them, I got rid of all the keyword stuff in, and you could argue there's still a bit of stuffing in there, but it's mainly recipients. I've taken all the occasions out. And I've front loaded, like I do on eBay and Amazon, the product. So maybe that's made a difference. So yeah. Anyway, sorry, mate. You just saw a quick preview there. So these items that we've written titles for, do you want to see what these are all best-selling items, by the way. This one was from Etsy. This one was from eBay. And this one was on Amazon, and they were all at the top of search when I just typed in Father's Day gift. Do you want to see what titles they used? The actual right. Now, this is where you've got to understand that there's no right or wrong, because I would never write some of these titles, and probably neither would you, and they probably wouldn't. So the Etsy one, this is one of the best-selling Father's Day gifts, well, supposedly on Etsy when I searched. This is the title that the actual seller used. Not that one. That one. That is crazy to me. What do you make of that?
That is really, really busy.
Now, first of all, it messes with my head because they've used... Yeah, well, they've used capital letters for custom and Father's Day, and they've not used capital letters for anything else. They've got, I mean, if you count a mini phrase as being separated by a comma, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mini phrases. They've got golf in there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. They've got dad in there 1, 2 times. It's just they've got stocking filler in there. So obviously that they've got stocking filler in there twice. That's crackers, isn't it? So when people say online, don't do this, don't do that, they've written a title there that pretty much every single person online would say is garbage. And yet when I said
that's crazy, because I was feeling quite inadequate about my titles that I was reading to you, going, "Oh, this isn't great, this." But then reading that, if you had to rank our titles, yours, mine, and theirs, I'd have said theirs at the bottom.
Yeah, 100%. Well, it might be, mate. We've got some really good Father's Day best-selling items. Who's to say it wouldn't do better if the title's better? But anyway, just shows, doesn't it, that you can do all the wrong things. You can put the same word in 5 times, and it's still a bestseller. Right. So this item here was on eBay. Do you want to see the title they used?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get the right slide this time. There it is. So no commas, no grammar. Similar to that, to be fair, I'd say that's quite similar to your titles on eBay.
The plural letters confuses me a bit, because that means, is that multiple letters?
Well, yeah, well, no, they were only selling one. There were different color options available, but you only got one. So they've gone heavy on the occasions, birthday, Father's Day, and they basically, the only product description there is personalized lighters. That's it. The rest of it is occasions and recipients, gift and present.
I don't think that's too bad. The only thing that really does me head in on the title is like grandpa. Like, I'd say more people use granddad.
Granddad. Well, here's the thing. I didn't even know it was a metal lighter. It's not in the title. I had to search really, really hard in that listing to find out that it was made in metal. Now, I know that's probably obvious to a lot of people. Some lighters are plastic, aren't they? A lot of lighters are plastic.
Yeah.
I had to search really hard. So anyway, right, the mug one, this is Amazon. So this is a current title on Amazon. So obviously it doesn't abide by the new guidelines that are coming in. You want to see it?
Go on.
Any text. Any text. That's what you used, isn't it?
Yeah.
Any text, any photo. So the first thing that strikes me is they use they use sort of dashes, don't they? They don't use commas. Well, they have got commas in there actually.
That's AI written, because do you actually search for an 11-ounce coffee cup?
No, a lot of people. Well, that would go in highlights moving forwards. So you can imagine this seller. Can you imagine what they're going to have to go through if all their titles look like that when the new guidelines come in? They've got to skim that down to 75 characters, and they've got 6 weeks to do it on all their listings. Otherwise, Amazon will do it for them. Now you can see here why Amazon are changing it, because Amazon don't want to see Father's Day, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, birthday, anniversary, and wedding. They're the words that Amazon want them to strip out of that title. Because the guideline says use the minimum number of words to state what the item is. So basically, they're just going to have to change that to personalized mug, any text and photo, customized mug and teacup. That's probably it. That's probably all they're getting. So I can see why Amazon are doing it, because it's just like, it's very stuffy, isn't it? All these keywords in there. So that's
just very word heavy, isn't it?
Very word heavy. That's why they're doing it. That's why I'm saying keep your eye on Etsy, because I won't be surprised if they reduce the number of characters soon. So basically, go on. Sorry, mate. Go
on. On eBay as well. What's interesting as well is they go for the opposite. Where if you go on there, use AI description when you enter description, they whittle your description down of the item so much.
Yeah, I know. I don't like it. I don't like it. It leaves a lot of questions unanswered that customers would have. I don't. Well, I use my own AI prompts for descriptions, and they're way better than, I think they're way better than the ones that the actual site AI comes up with. You've got to be careful, haven't you? That's what I'm saying. Change your titles if you get a chance, because it could be a car crash. I mean, and also, as I mentioned before, don't be scared to do it. I know everyone says not to do it, because look what happened to us when we changed them.
Yeah. I have got to go and set a pick.
Yeah, of course, mate. Right, let's park it there, mate. Park it there, because we need to get on quickfire questions.
Yeah.
Quickfire questions. Right. We need to finish soon, don't we? Quickfire questions. Right. So you got your whiteboard?
Yeah.
Right. So I've put here, on a scale of 1 to 10 for visibility, how important do you think product titles are? For visibility, so for SEO, so for your items to be found by customers, which obviously is the golden goose, isn't it? If your items are found and they're good, they're going to sell. So on a scale of 1 to 10 visibility, how important are product titles? This would be interesting, because I have absolutely no idea what you're going to put.
Okay, ready? There we go.
The same. Now, if you'd have asked me 2 years ago, I would have written that.
I agree with you.
And I think if you ask us in another 2 years, it'll look like that.
Yeah.
Because I think they're becoming less and less important. Keywords are becoming less and less important. There's AI now, as we know, reading images and things like that. There's more data being collected by the sites of personalization of what people want. Right. Next question. which platform is harder? And we're going to use the new Amazon guidance. So moving forward from the end of July, which platform is harder to write product titles for?
Going to surprise you.
I don't think you are.
I am. I know I am.
You're not.
Ready?
I can't see that, mate. Oh, eBay. Yeah, I've got it. eBay. Right. Oh, okay. Why eBay?
I think because you've got less characters, so when you shorten the title down, you're just trying to think, I need to get the most important stuff into that title. So you've got to whittle it down, and then you've got to make decisions what stays and what goes.
But from the end of July, which is what these answers are for, you've got less characters on Amazon.
So then I think Amazon when that goes in.
I've gone the other way. You've got more characters on Etsy. So what is it for? I think eBay and Amazon are pretty clear now. Just state what the product is. So why have Etsy got 140 characters? What is it you can possibly put in there? Do you know what I mean? It's like a guessing game. Whereas eBay and Amazon is really easy. Right, it's a personalized ceramic mug. It's a custom message coffee cup. That's it. Whereas Etsy, I'm putting that in, and then I'm thinking, oh God, am I putting? So I put occasions in, so I put recipients in. Obviously, we talked about what I put in, but do we put sentimental in? Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's longer to write Etsy ones because they're longer, and you've got to think, God, what am I putting in here?
It's taken the headache out of overthinking it, but the drawback is there's a lot of work to get it done in July.
Oh, for Amazon. Oh God, yeah. Right, next question, mate, because we're getting on, aren't we? You got to pick your ladder, haven't you? Right, are product titles more or less important than 5 years ago for visibility? Well,
I think we're going to agree.
We know, don't we? We've touched on this. Yeah, way less important, and that is the direction of travel. So they are still important for me, very important, but you shouldn't be taking ages to write them because they're really, in general, they're really easy to write. And they're becoming less important because of AI. Because of AI, you can read a lot more things on your listing than what the algorithm used to be able to read.
I can tell you now from start to finish. Years ago, the hardest thing was the title now and the wording. Now for me, it's the pictures. The pictures have got to be right, and a picture. I could do pictures in 5-10 minutes for all the platforms. Now that time's gone considerably up now. Yeah,
well, the standard of pick photos has gone up, hasn't it? You've got to match that. Right, I appreciate it's been quite a long episode, but titles are still important, and hopefully you can have us on in the background while you're working, and you might just pick up the odd thing. And if you do like the content, or if you just sell online and you think there's just one thing every week you might pick up, or you just might start thinking about watching our debates and discussions, then don't forget to like and subscribe. Next week, we're coming for you, gurus, mentors, coaches.
Yeah. Are we screaming and shaming?
We're not coming for them. We're going to discuss the main messages that some of them give, and we're going to name names. Because why wouldn't we? Our full-time job is selling a lie. We don't care if we get kicked off YouTube. We're looking at you, Etsy consultant, and we're looking at you, Starla Moore, and we're looking at you, Alfie Nemeth, and Handmade and Beyond. All of you people out there giving your advice, and actually all of those people that I've just mentioned, I watch all of their content because I think it's really good. But it doesn't mean I have to agree with everything that they say, and they all disagree with each other. But they don't name each other; they're scared to.
But we're breaking that today, aren't we?
We are unfiltered, mate. We are unfiltered. Well, I've just named them. That's just a few of the ones we're going to talk about next week. We're going to talk about the main messages, what we agree with them on, and what we don't agree with them on. And actually, we'll probably disagree with each other, won't we, Paul? Potentially on some of the things. So thank you very much for joining us this week. We do appreciate it. We know it's been a long one. We're going to trim it. We're going to look to do an hour next week, no more than an hour, because it's quite long. And you've got a busy life, haven't you, mate?
Yeah, mate. God do it, mate. So, mate, I'm going to say bye, mate. All right.
Right. Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you next week.